Every flagship phone hides a crisis story. The Galaxy S25 Ultra is no different. Titanium frames that needed rethinking, chips running hot, and a decision about performance that would define the entire launch. Samsung had only weeks, not years, to finalize solutions, and the way they handled it explains why, for once, the Ultra feels like it pulled ahead of the iPhone. Let's see how they did it. First, the frame. Samsung wanted titanium, just like Apple's iPhone 15 Pro. Premium feel, lightweight, strong. But here's what ads don't tell you. Pure titanium is brittle. Drop it, and it can snap at stress points like antenna cutouts. Samsung's solution? Grade 5 titanium alloy, known as Ti6Al4V, already trusted in aerospace. This alloy blends titanium's hardness with aluminum's flexibility. In practice, it means your S25 Ultra frame flexes under stress instead of shattering. It's marketed as titanium, but it's really a carefully engineered compromise that keeps your phone alive after a fall. Next challenge, heat. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is the fastest chip ever put in a Galaxy Ultra. But speed brings firepower, literally. Under heavy loads like gaming or 4K video, phones can cross 45 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to feel like a heated metal plate in your hand. Samsung's engineers scaled up the vapor chamber cooling system. Imagine a tiny heat pipe. Liquid inside evaporates over the chip, spreads heat through copper, then condenses back. By enlarging this chamber, the S25 Ultra keeps performance stable and your hands cooler, like laptop cooling shrunk to millimeters. And then came the toughest call. Which chip powers the Ultra? Samsung's own Exynos processors have a history, sometimes good, often inconsistent. In efficiency, they've struggled to match Qualcomm's Snapdragon. That's why, starting with the S24 Ultra, Samsung went Snapdragon only worldwide. No more lottery by region. And with the S25 Ultra, that strategy continues. It wasn't the cheapest choice, but it was the safer one. And for users, it means whether you buy in Seoul, San Francisco, or São Paulo, you get the same flagship performance. So how do you fix problems like these without delaying a global launch? You don't start over, you adapt. Samsung kept the same design, cameras, and display. But underneath, 3 critical upgrades happened fast. A titanium alloy frame that bends instead of breaking. A vapor chamber nearly doubled in size to handle heat. A Snapdragon processor across all markets. Think of it as renovating a house. Outside, it looks familiar. Inside, the wiring, insulation, and foundation got rebuilt under pressure. The Galaxy S25 Ultra costs $1,299. But what are you really buying? Analysts estimate the OLED display alone runs about $100. The 200-megapixel camera system adds close to $90. The Snapdragon chip costs roughly $130 to $150. Add the titanium frame, memory, and battery, and the total bill of materials is around $480 to $500. That's less than half the retail price. The rest, research, software, logistics, marketing, and profit. But here's the twist. Titanium alloys and vapor chambers aren't cheap. Choosing Snapdragon everywhere adds cost too. Samsung absorbed much of that instead of hiking prices, because competing with the iPhone meant proving they could fix problems without punishing customers. These changes don't make headlines, but they make a difference you feel daily. Titanium alloy frames mean fewer bent corners after drops. A larger vapor chamber means you can film 8K video without thermal shutdown. A global Snapdragon means AI features run smoothly without draining battery in minutes. It's not flashy, but it's reliable. And reliability is what separates a phone you brag about in week 1 from a phone you still use in year 3. Looking forward, rumors suggest Samsung may bring back Exynos chips in future flagships. If true, history will repeat the cycle. Experiment, fail, fix, improve. Because here's the pattern. Samsung's best phones don't come from smooth launches. They come from pressure. The S25 Ultra feels strong not because everything went right, but because lessons from years of mistakes forced better engineering. The Galaxy S25 Ultra isn't just titanium or Snapdragon or cameras. It's the product of crisis turned into design. Every flagship hides its own struggle. What matters is how fast companies adapt. That's not just manufacturing. That's manufacturing under pressure. So, what matters most to you in a flagship? Camera, battery, or reliability? This is the making. Let us know in the comments.